Welcome back to another video, y'all. Today we of course have another best build, and this is going to be the best big man build. I know if y'all have been subs since NHL 23 or saw any of the NHL 23 videos, they may look a little similar. They may have some similar thumbnails and titles and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because the type of builds I made, I feel like were the most effective. You have your big build, your small speed build, you have a defensive build, I made a goalie build and stuff like that. So I'm going to be making those builds again, but I'm going to be updating them to NHL 24 and what I think will be the most effective for NHL 24, even though the attributes will unfortunately be the exact same pretty much all around. So with that being said, for the best big man forward build, we are of course going to go with a power forward still. We're of course still going to go with 6'2", 210 pounds, just to give us that max speed that we want, max speed and acceleration. If you wanted to go a little bit bigger to give yourself maybe a little bit more balance and strength, that's completely up to you, but this is what I decided to go with and what I found to be most effective. Handedness is of course completely up to you as always. I prefer lefty, but it's up to you. And abilities and boosts we will come back to as always. First, for your technique attributes, this part is going to be a little bit weird and a little bit different than usual, because what you do to these attributes is going to depend on what abilities you want to use on your power forward build. So if you wanted to have a little bit more agility, you're of course going to want to add 5 to your speed so you can be as fast as possible. Now, to take off, if you wanted to say, let's use a slap shot ability and you wanted to keep your slap shot high, but you weren't going to use a wrist shot ability, you could maybe tank your wrist shot accuracy a little bit and keep your slap shot accuracy, or minimize lowering your slap shot accuracy to still meet that threshold for whatever ability it is that you do want. But for me, the abilities that I'm deciding to go with, I will let y'all know when we get there, but the way that I'm making it is you're going to add 5 to speed, take 5 off your slap shot accuracies. I'm not really planning on using a slap shot ability because there is no gold 1T as of right now, or not gold 1T, silver 1T, my bad. But there is no silver 1T as of right now, so I'm not too concerned about off the rush or thunderclap or anything like that on this power forward build. Then you want to take 2 off balance, as I felt like 80 balance was more than enough. Then take 1 off agility and 1 off wrist shot accuracy, as I still meet both the thresholds for the wrist shot accuracy abilities and the agility abilities like elite edges. Now for your power attributes, this is also going to go hand in hand for your technique attributes and also what abilities you're deciding to go with, because if you wanted a wrist shot ability, you're also going to need to meet a certain threshold for your wrist shot power along with your wrist shot accuracy. Same thing for slap shot abilities, and I believe acceleration, you also have to meet certain thresholds, but we won't have to worry about that because of what we're doing to our acceleration. So what I decided to do was I decided to go with add 5 to your acceleration, as acceleration does feel very effective this year, unlike last year in NHL 23 where you could pretty much tank it and be okay. I feel like this year they definitely put a focus on acceleration. Acceleration does do a lot to a build this year, at least from what I've noticed so far in playing. Then take 5 off your slap shot power, 3 off your endurance, and 1 off your puck control. I know endurance might be a little bit low, but like I said in the last video, as long as you're not spamming down your sprint button and you're gliding a little bit, occasionally regaining your energy and stuff like that, you should have no problem with your endurance attribute. After that, for your playstyle attributes, all you want to do is add 5 to your passing, 2 to both offensive awareness and body checking, then take 4 off stick checking and 3 off defensive awareness, as I wasn't really too concerned about the defense for this build. For your tenacity attributes, all you want to do is add 5 to your strength, take 5 off shot blocking, and 4 off your durability. And for your last attributes, your tactics attributes, like with all of these forward builds, it's going to depend on if you want to run these builds at center or if you want to run them at winger. If you want to run this build at wing, you just want to add 5 to your deking, take 5 off face-offs, 4 off your fighting, and 3 off your discipline. Now, if you want to run this build at center, all you have to do is add 5 to your face-offs, take 5 off your fighting, and take 3 off your discipline. Now, going back to our abilities for this power forward, if you wanted to, there's a couple different ways you could basically essentially decide to do this. If you wanted to make truculence your gold ability once you have that unlocked, you're of course more than welcome to do that, but we don't meet the threshold for the balance attribute for Unstoppable Force's superstar ability if you wanted to make it that way. However, the way I decide to make it, I'm going to use gold Unstoppable Force and truculence. I still feel like with my 85 body checking and stuff like that, I can still hit super effectively with this build, and I really wanted to make up for that 80 balance, but I still also wanted to be super fast on this build and super effective. Now for your superstar abilities, like I said before, this is all of course going to be personal preference, but what I'm deciding to go with to start off the year, when I do unlock it, I'm going to use Beauty Backhand just to show off that backhand shot a little bit more. We do meet all the thresholds as y'all see there, which is why I made it to get the abilities that I wanted. Then for our other ability, we are going to go with Elite Edges. That's why I gave him 82 agility still, and why I made the technique attributes the way that I did. I don't know if Elite Edges is going to be as effective as it was last year, since you can't really L2 and everything like that, but I still think it will be one of the most effective abilities in the game, which is why I'm still making it our silver ability. And finally, for your boost, we are of course going to be going with Power Skating to give us +2 speed, give us 90 speed. Then we want to go with Steady Strides for our +2 acceleration as well. That will give us 90 speed and 90 acceleration. I obviously don't have those unlocked right now, but when I do, I will be equipping those right away. And that is how we made the best updated NHL 24 power forward. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to drop a like, comment any other types of builds you want to see me create in ESHL down below, and sub with noties on so you don't miss any bangers in the future. I greatly appreciate you boys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.